All right. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
How you doing?
I said that a little weird, but hey. Okay. It's another movie talk edition of Distorted Minds coming at you from out of our a-holes into your ear holes.
Yeah, not saying it's the most, clean thing to happen, but maybe just get some wet wipes.
Right.
Clean up, the mess a little bit. It's all right. You'll be fine. It's good.
It's good. Anyways, today's movie is my pick, and I picked Midsommar.
Midsommar.
However gay people say it.
Midsommar. Summer.
I just say Midsummer.
Midsummer.
From, what was it, 2020?
It's not early summer or late summer. It's mid.
Right in the mid. We're at the end right now.
The movie.
But anyways, yeah, we'll fucking clap it. Oh, we didn't fucking write on the board.
Fuck. God damn it.
Is it the one I moved?
We'll clap it anyways.
Always fucking it up.
Cheers. Do a snapshot.
We got a special guest.
Dun dun. Sarah's in the house.
Sara.
In the house.
I'm only a special guest because I actually watched the movie this time.
Totally.
Yeah.
I never do that.
And we watched the movie, dude. It was like basically the day after our last recording, which was like 2 weeks ago.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
Should be good. Sarah's been sipping on vodka.
I didn't take a whole
vodka.
Sarah's got a whole cup of vodka over here.
straight up.
That would be gross.
Straight.
Yeah,
No chaser.
There's no mix. It's Skull vodka.
Straight no chaser.
I knew one person that could do that. Like,
just guzzle.
it's just iced tea, regular sweet tea.
Twisted tea.
No, I don't drink. I don't drink on air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are you trying to say, Sarah?
I don't.
So, anyways, did y'all watch any other movies? Y'all come around downtown now?
Yes.
I did watch one movie.
One movie.
I went to see Top Gun Maverick again.
Again?
Yeah.
Is that good?
It's a fucking killer movie. No,
That's his type of movie, though.
I went on a date.
It's for people like him.
And, hey, the chick I went on a date happens to love Top Gun. So it was tight.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was a good time. That movie is awesome.
I watched the Tom
That movie
Cruise
is fun as fuck.
I watched Eyes Wide Shut. Have you seen it?
Maybe it's got Nicole Kidman in it.
Yeah.
Like in some elite
There's a lot of
cult
tits and
Yeah.
sex. Yeah.
naked people.
Probably skimmed through it in my younger years for the boobs and stuff.
It's all about.
It was like, oh, it's on HBO. What's up?
It's all about sex. That whole movie. Sex.
That was that a Kubrick's last film?
Yeah, it was Kubrick.
That's what I thought.
Sarah don't like Kubrick.
I don't like his films, apparently. Well, no, so I didn't know he was watching it, and I didn't walk in during one of the naked scenes, thank goodness. But no, I've seen it separately, and I was like, we own this movie. And he's like, you've seen it? I'm like, multiple times, but I don't like it. I don't know. Like,
I was like, fuck yeah, I've seen it.
well, no, like I
This
saw
was my first time watching it.
I saw it once, like years ago, and I didn't like it, so I rewatched it like years after to make sure I really hated it, and I did.
That's always good to do. Give it a revisit and make sure you still hate it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe you turned around on
Right.
it. You came around
No,
downtown now.
I still didn't like it.
I'll pencil in John Malkovich in another 10 years.
Yeah.
I'll book that. I'll watch that in 10 years.
Not quite a movie, but I did watch the Mastodon documentary thing.
I watched that too.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I saw the new Elvis movie in theaters with my
good?
mom.
We were kind of just talking about that.
Said it was choppy.
I felt like the storyline was choppy, and
chip chop chip.
Where they would just kind of like, and then a bunch of stuff happened, and now we're here, and like kind of because it was like narrated by Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Tom Cruise.
Oh,
sorry.
You can't touch it.
You can't.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
We got very sensitive cable on that mic, I guess. Or maybe it's the mic. Who knows? Mic on the mic.
But I am an
That's my
Elvis
fault.
fan because my mom was an Elvis fan and we saw it for her birthday, so.
I like some Elvis songs.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Wise men say
Yeah.
only fools rush. Yeah, I like some Elvis. I sincerely do like Elvis. To be
I don't
frank.
really.
You don't like fucking Elvis, dude?
Nah.
He's got some bangers.
He doesn't like Michael Jackson either.
Nope. Get out of here.
I can't do the heat. I can't do the hee-hees right now.
Hee hee. Like that one?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
And I'll be your friend.
Yeah. The old,
Except for that song. He likes that one. Okay, I feel like we're getting
Don't
sidetracked.
start that again.
free that Willie.
Oh, man. I
no.
got some headphone problems. Do you guys?
Yeah. Yep, there we go. Are we back?
No, I can't hear nothing.
Can't hear
Oh,
nothing.
hold on. Okay,
That's a double
it's fine.
negative.
It's fine.
Experiencing technical difficulties.
I know, this is a janky episode already.
It's fine.
And we're back. Or are we?
It's
No,
kind of hit or miss right now.
We just can't move.
Okay, don't. We're just,
Don't. Nobody move.
Medusa has looked at me.
I also watched, it was as long as a movie. It was called, what the fuck was it called? It was on YouTube. It was called like The Great Fraud or something like that. Anyway, these people cheated the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire British version.
Oh,
And I was
think
blown
I heard something about
I was
that.
blown away about how exactly the same. Like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was in Britain and America, you know, like they had like it was the exact same show, the exact same set, the exact same lighting effects that comes down. The only thing that was different is
final answer.
the only thing that was different is they didn't have like a snarky Regis Philbin.
They didn't have Philbin.
No, who
R.I.P.
he swindled Norm Macdonald out of $1 million. Did you know
Celebrity millionaire?
that? Norm was going to win the $1 million. And him and Regis had like a back and forth the whole time. Or Regis kind of thought Norm was an idiot. This happened, and he gets to the end.
I gotta
and
see this.
Norm gets to the $1 million question. It's for charity and shit, right?
Right.
And Norm's like, I don't remember the exact. He's like, it's A. And Regis is like, are you sure about that, Norm? Are you really sure about it? It's for a lot of money. Are you sure? And Norm's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. He's like, are you sure? Are you sure it's not? And he kind of like, he's like, there's a whole thing. You should check it out. Yeah, you should check it out. But the British version,
do they have the whole episode somewhere?
I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But the British version exactly the same. Anyway, this man, his wife, and his brother-in-law were all trying to get on the show a lot, and they kept trying to make money, so they devised a plan. They got with one of the other contestants, and as this guy was on the show, he would list off the answers, and this guy on the panel would cough. And that was his signal to pick the answer. And so they did that through the whole thing, and they cheated, and they had to do time in prison.
Prison time?
Dude, they
really?
did, yeah.
For that?
18 months for stealing $1 million off Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It's like those corrupt files we were talking about.
It was like random as fuck, but I was like, I'm watching this. It was interesting.
That's funny. Well, I watched a shitload of movies, so I better zoom through them.
Go.
I hope this isn't your pick for today, because it's one of your favorites. I watched Talladega Nights.
No, it's not my pick, but that's funny you watched that.
I had to, I had to revisit it. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen the whole movie. I remember seeing parts of it and just like, nah, forget this. But
it's ridiculous.
that was like years and years ago. So it's better than I fucking originally perceived it to be. But still not great in my eyes, but I liked it. It was fun.
A lot of racing fans, NASCAR fans, like hated that movie.
Yeah.
They were like, it's making fun of NASCAR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I fucking loved it.
I could see these hillbillies getting upset.
I loved the shit out of it. Go ahead. Do it. These colors don't run.
What, you don't have a sense of humor?
Not when it comes to NASCAR.
Hell no, buddy.
I ate a whole mess of crepes this morning.
Come around downtown now. I watched Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal. Have you seen this? Heard about this?
I've heard about it.
He what does he do? He takes photos of like crime scenes and shit, or like crime. He hears about it on the news, or I don't know. He gets like a police scanner, and whenever something's going down, he goes there and takes pictures and sells it to like, or not pictures, but like video and shit, and sells it to the news and shit. It's pretty wild. It's pretty good. I liked it.
Okay.
Old Gyllenhaal, he's pretty good.
Old Jake.
And then I watched Little Miss Sunshine. I loved it. It was great.
Never seen it.
It's got Steve Carell, Greg Kinnear, and some other people. Oh, Paul Dano.
Fucking.
He was good in this, dude. It's yeah. It's like a dramedy. It's like the little girl is gets invited to go to like the pageant or whatever, the Little Miss Sunshine or something, and they have to drive in their shitty little fucking van all the way to California and shit. It's like a road trip movie. Pretty good, I recommend.
Okay. Well, it's got Paul Dano in it, so fuck him.
It's worth the watch. I watched The Room, or not The Room, it's just called Room. Don't get it confused with The Room, that, the one where it's like a...
Is that the one with John Cusack?
It's a shitty movie.
No.
The Tommy Wiseau one, it's like
the
cult.
It's so bad it's supposed to be good.
Yeah, that's not the one I watched. I watched a different one. It's called The Room. It's like this this chick.
You're tagging me apart, Lisa. That's all I know.
I want to watch it, dude, but I don't know where. It's not streaming anywhere. I don't know where to get it.
A couple of years ago, I started watching the movie that Seth Rogen and them made about it, but I didn't fucking make it through.
The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, I didn't make it through.
I watched that. But yeah, I watched The Room. It's like this woman and her son, and they're like locked in a fucking like a shed in this guy's backyard and shit. He kidnapped her. They've been in there for like 7 years, or she's been in there 7 years, and she had the boy. The boy is 5 years old, so that guy, got her pregnant and shit.
Fuck.
And they have to escape and shit, and then.
Sounds intense.
It is. It
sounds intense.
And it's on HBO. Go check that one out. Worth it.
Sounds intense.
I watched Boyhood. Very good movie. I watched a lot of good ones. Now this one's fascinating because they filmed it over like 12 years.
Oh, I heard about this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows the boy just growing up, the boy and his sister, and all the different relationships between the parents. And
I remember being so stupid as a kid and thinking that's how they made movies.
Yeah, sure.
Like because the character starts off like young and shit, and then it does like a time jump. I'm like, you're fucking 6 years old. I'm thinking like, wow.
Yeah, like fucking like Simon Birch with that one kid and Jim Carrey.
Yeah, like they really committed to that.
That was Jim Carrey as a kid. Wow.
No shit.
Go
now.
It's got Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette. It's pretty damn good.
All right.
It's very interesting how they did that, and how they had all that same actors to commit to that 12-year project and shit. Pretty cool. Then I watched Nope.
Nice.
We watched Nope.
Yeah. Did you guys like it?
I thought it was good, not great.
That's kind of where I was. I liked it, not to spoil it, but I was liking it before the twist more. Before it became like a living creature thing. I was like, But it's weird, like, right before I went and saw that, I was hanging out with Nate and CJ, and this podcast I listened to called Last Podcast on the Left had this episode where they were playing like 911 calls. And one of them was from a lady who had a pet chimpanzee.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it ripped this lady's face off.
Yeah.
Like on the 911 call, it's like, 911, how can I help you? It's like,
Oh my God.
please get here fast. I can't talk, right? But like, they're like, get here fast. And they're like, what's going on? She's like, he's ripping her face off.
Oh my God.
You gotta get here and shoot it. And it's like, this lady had a chimpanzee and it ripped her friend's face off.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that's what happened in
Fucking
that movie. Good, not great. Not as good as Get Out.
right.
And I like aliens and space and shit. You know what I mean? UFO. I'm into that
Sure.
shit. But I was like,
Sci-fi shit.
some sci-fi shit.
You still haven't watched Us yet?
Not yet.
Oh, I'll check that one out probably. I watched Me Time. It's that new Netflix movie with Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. And it was pretty good. It was decent for a comedy, you know. It had Andrew Santino in it. Love that guy.
Was Mark Wahlberg out of breath a lot
Mark
in the movie?
Wahlberg.
Why would he be?
Because in like a lot of his movies back in the day, he's always breathing heavy and shit.
He's like the wild friend, and
Especially,
Kevin. He always gets Kevin Hart to do crazy shit on his birthday and shit, and I don't know.
just saying, watch Planet of the Apes, and he's out of breath in 95% of the scenes he's in.
That's funny.
Damn you, dirty apes. Then I watched 8th Grade. It's a Bo Burnham movie. He directed and wrote it or whatever. It was pretty cool. It was about this 8th grade girl, and, you know, she's like awkward and stuff like that. Pretty good.
That was super vague.
She makes internet videos. I don't know. I don't know what happens. It's just like about her life. She's going into high school and shit. You know.
Social Studies division, this is going to be tough.
Eyes Wide Shut. We already talked about that. And then the last one was Eraserhead. Have you heard about this? It's a fucking, what's that guy? David Lynch. It's such a fucking weird, bizarre movie. It's horror and it's fucking. I didn't like it. But it's widely considered to be a great movie. I don't know why. I mean, it's like this guy with fucking weird Kramer hair, and he apparently knocked up this one chick, and it's like a weird deformed alien looking baby and shit, and just a lot of weird shit happens. I don't know how to explain it. I didn't even get half the movie.
You should
But
watch
it's very
Men.
unsettling and shit like that.
Ooh, you should watch Men, because
I thought about it.
That's exactly how I felt watching that.
Yeah, if it's
What
like
the fuck's happening?
anything like that one, I don't know if I like it, but I'll probably try it out. But that's it. I was a movie watching fool these past couple weeks. I would get home from work and just find one to throw on.
Well, what are we here to talk about today?
Midsummer tripping.
Is it Midsummer or
Yeah.
Midsommar?
Midsommar.
It is a 2019
19.
folk horror film written and directed by Ari Aster. The film follows dysfunctional couple Danny and Christian, played by Florence Pugh, Shawing,
Showing.
she's a
pretty.
babe, and Jack Reiner, who the whole time in the movie I'm like, this is Chris Pratt's little brother.
Is it?
He looks just like fucking Chris Pratt.
Kinda does.
He looks exactly like him. It's like they couldn't get Chris Pratt due to some scheduling conflicts.
Uh-huh.
It's like he was gonna be in the movie, but he had to go make fucking like Guardians of the Galaxy again or some shit. And they're like, well, let's just get the guy who looks closest to him.
Maybe they didn't have the budget.
And that's
What's
Jack
budget on
Reiner.
this?
The budget, not very much.
See, that's probably
$9
why-
million.
Jack.
Yeah, at this point, Chris Pratt's gonna cost 8 of that at least.
Then you got the kid in there with the eyebrows. You know, he looks like Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah, yeah, he was funny. He was like the only sensible person at first. Like, we stop at fucking Waco. I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Basically.
Yeah, you did. A folk horror film. So not folk music, because I know you and CJ are going to a festival tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I still feel like you guys should
It's not all
probably be
folk.
careful, though.
It's just some folk.
Well, just be careful.
We will.
Don't get sucked into any cults, okay?
Yeah. We'll try not to get dosed with any weird
Yeah,
fucking
don't
tea or
drink
something.
any tea. Don't let a guy blow any type of sand into your face. You'll be paralyzed.
Right.
And you'll get stuffed into a bear suit and lit on fire. Don't do that.
Jump in the head.
It did a box office of $48 million, which is pretty good.
Hey, that's a good
return. It's a good return for such a small budget of a movie. They did very well.
No, this was in like Sweden or something.
Sweden.
Yeah, so the gist of it is like this group of friends and one of their girlfriends. They get invited to go to fucking Sweden for a Midsummer festival.
Yeah, well, the dudes do. He invites his girlfriend Florence Pugh after the fact.
Yeah. He was like, I had to invite her, but she's definitely not going to come.
She's definitely not coming.
Right.
Say, man, why don't you guys just fucking break up? You wouldn't even be in this mess.
Right.
I was thinking that.
Give her my number. I'll treat her right. Fuck this guy. Doesn't deserve her.
But she's got like issues, man, because of her family and shit.
Yeah. Well, it was like his friends were like kind of being like, he's like, oh my God, she's fucking calling again, which we've all been. Well, I don't know about you guys, but everybody's dated somebody who's like that. Well, you know what? You guys are lucky. You guys found each other, all right?
No,
when you're out here
I know what you're talking about.
When you're out here in the forest,
have you dated someone like that?
Someone who's just always on your ass?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they're like, you're calling again?
Right.
He like goes to get up to like answer the call, and the dude you just described with the eyebrows, he didn't let him through.
What's his name?
He was like,
Will
fucking really?
Poulter.
I feel like he said sure like it was me, but I swear it's not. Like,
that guy, he was like on a meme when he was younger, right? He's like, you guys get this or whatever. That's fucking meme was.
That movie We Are the Millers, I believe.
Oh yeah, with Jennifer Aniston and whatever that fucking guy's name.
Jason Sudeikis.
Nah, is it Jason Sudeikis?
Who you think it was? Ed Helms?
I did.
See, people get them mixed up. I don't know why.
I like Jason Sudeikis more than Ed Helms.
I think Marshall
I wasn't
got him
an
mixed
Office
up
fan,
before.
so I don't fucking care about that guy.
Ed Helms?
Yeah.
Oh, he's pretty funny. He's not bad.
No.
He was in Hangovers.
Sure, yeah.
He get the fucking Mike Tyson tattoo and shit.
Dougie, Doug. Yeah.
I want to give him a best friend hug.
Well, the one guy's like, oh, we're going on a trip to Sweden. First of all, as soon as I
the
find
guy
out,
who's actually from the compound,
Yeah.
who was in America trying to get people to come over
it's
there.
all a ruse. I'm just saying, as soon as they were like, we're going to Sweden, and he's like, we're going to stop through Stockholm, right? And he goes, no, we're going to go straight there.
To the compound.
First red flag.
Scary.
I'm like, you know what? You guys are going to be in the middle of nowhere in another country. I'll just stay here and I'll start making the missing person ads for you guys. And I'll just sit this one out.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, so, like, right at the beginning of the movie, it's like her family, like, her sister kills herself and her parents.
And her parents, yeah,
with,
in a
like,
fucked up way.
Car exhaust and shit.
She ran like a hose from the exhaust of the cars up through the house
into their sleeping parents' bedroom.
She like duct taped it to her mouth, and you could see like her eyes were still open, and like this puke all over her and shit. Like that was probably the worst part of the movie. As far as like,
I know it
was kind of like fucked up,
tragic.
Yeah, I was like fuck. And then obviously
she would have killed her too if she was around.
Probably. And then Florence Pugh's like understandably upset. She's having her family's dead, and that guy's like, "Hey, you good? I'm just gonna go check this party out for like 45 minutes. You good though, right? Your family just died last night."
I don't think it was the next night.
You know that? Well, they don't tell you how long it's been. It seems like it could have been the next day. You good? You good? I know you just lost your family. I'm gonna go check this party out.
Yeah, just like an hour or two.
Yeah, you don't want to come, do you? What a dick. I'm glad that guy got burned alive. Fuck him.
That's the whole crux of the movie.
Yeah, it's
Spoiler
a relationship.
alerts for this whole movie,
It's a
man.
relationship movie.
It's a newer movie, so if you haven't seen it and you're planning on seeing it, we already spoiled it for you.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah. And then,
So, like, first red flags for me was, like, he's like, all right, he tells his friends she's coming. He surprises his friends, and they're like, fuck. He's like, but she's right outside, so you guys got to act super cool about it when I let her in.
Yeah. He's like, I invited her, but she's definitely
not coming.
Come.
But she does
and
come.
And then she comes in.
Well, the one dude leaves, but the Swedish guy, the guy who's, like, trying to bring him, you know, he's like, you could see he thinks, he's like, you know what, like,
he's all about it.
He's like, I'm glad you're coming. All your family's dead? This is perfect. Nobody's going to miss you.
And he didn't say that.
But he more or less did to me.
He did say something like, I'm actually very pleased that you're coming, or something
like
that.
I'm glad you're coming. Right after he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up your family that died.
Right, because he said he was glad she was coming because then they treat each other like their family.
Yeah, that's what
like
cults
they're one
do.
big family.
Oh.
That's what the cults do.
So that would be her new family.
I don't know. Well, it seemed like
there's got to be a lot of inbred in there, huh?
Yeah, they talk about it.
Right, they do talk about it. That's the whole point of bringing over strangers.
Over strangers to bang.
So, yeah, they do, when they get there and shit, the first thing they do is, like, eat some mushrooms.
Well, I thought it was some nice visual storytelling.
Yeah.
When they're in the car on the way there, like they're driving, you know, and then, like, the camera, like, slowly flips
it does the thing, yeah.
to where it's upside down. I'm like, things are about to get flipped on their heads. Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
it's and like then foreshadowing.
And then it shows them walking after that. They're walking. Well, after they meet up
with some of the other people.
They take the shrooms, and she had a bad trip, which I can relate. Not that I've ever done shrooms.
Right.
Or had bad times.
I could imagine.
But I could imagine what it's like.
The other dude was funny when he was on shrooms. I forget what he was saying.
He was like, everybody lie down. Would you lie down, please? Would you please lie down?
Yeah, the dude with the eyebrows.
Yeah, he was super.
He was so funny.
The one guy's like walking. He's like, I can't do a new people right now. I can't do new people right now.
New people show up.
I'm like, I fucking I understand this guy.
Yeah.
And then she walks away, and some people are laughing and having a good time. And they turn to look at her, and they're laughing, and she thought they were laughing at her.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm
understandable.
Like, can relate. Because there may have been one time whenever I was possibly tripping my face off.
And I might have been
Kevin here,
laughing my balls off.
Kevin here was potentially laughing like a psychopath. It's like,
I couldn't help it, man.
It's like, he's laughing at me.
I was giggly as hell that day.
Oh, so then after that, they're walking though, and they're on a path, like a road, and then they make a left into the woods off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh well.
What was that?
There they go.
So was it left because you went like this, but said left?
Did I say left? I meant to the right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not a smart man. Yeah.
And she didn't even want to do the mushrooms at first, huh?
But she didn't seem surprised that they were doing it. So I felt like she was aware that it was going to be happening.
Yeah, immediately they start just tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Like right off the bat. They don't even wait.
First thing they do.
Like, here's some tea if you don't like the taste. Here it is right here.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And this was just like, they were just having like festivities and shit that first day. But like then the second day is the old people thing, right?
Yeah. Which I already had seen too many red flags on the first day to where I'd been like, you know what, I'm just going to fucking
head on back.
Head on back. This is, you walk in, you got like the group of people playing the flutes and shit. Like, you're like, what the fuck? And there's just things going around in the background, and like there's just so much.
Everyone in the white robes.
So much wrong happening.
Everybody's wearing the same like white robes, and
so much wrong happening. And I'd have been out of there, dude.
Yeah,
I'd have been fucking out of there. I'm like, I don't trust this many white people together dressed the same. This is fucking odd.
Swedish.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Oh, they're all blonde and shit.
Yeah, there's already too much happening. Too much happening
There's like
for
a
me.
disfigured person there somewhere too.
Yeah, she's writing. That kid's writing the prophecies.
That they have to interpret.
They have to interpret. Yeah, they're like, well, she just paints some pictures, and we just try to do what she says.
Wow.
That's why. Did you not pick up on that?
No, yeah, no, they did say that.
Yeah.
But no, and they said that she was purposely
Inbred
to.
That way, her mind is not bound by
Right.
our limitations.
So
Right.
They purposely trained her wrong.
as a joke.
As a joke.
So she, yeah.
Dude, we got to do that movie sometime.
No. They were like, here's the book. And like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah, we've had hundreds of these. This one's being written by Joni over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the handicapped kid. You're like, yes. We follow her every move. And there's just like, he's looking through the book, and there's just like paintings and shit in there, and like, so you just do whatever is in this book, right? And like, yes, essentially, yes.
And like the two guys, the boyfriend and then the black dude, they need to write like a thesis or whatever for
college, some nerdy crap.
So, and he was like, the black dude's whole plan was to do it on this group of people,
and the languages and stuff, and the old ancient texts.
So yeah, they got that, and the boyfriend didn't really know what he was doing at first for his thesis. But,
and then he like stole that dude's idea.
Yeah,
and was
eventually
like a
it came
dick
down
about
to
it.
that.
I don't like that guy. The whole movie, don't like him.
No, yeah,
the boyfriend.
Yeah, the boyfriend. Fuck that guy. The whole movie.
Yeah.
Because he was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna write this, and the dude, he was like, yo, man. I've been planning this for months to like write this about this, and he goes, well, so have I. He's like, no, literally, you haven't.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah.
But yeah, we didn't get into the old people thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
whenever you get old, a certain age,
He says it at the beginning of the movie.
72?
Yeah, 72. He's like, well, when you're like ages 1 to 8, you're a child, and then like 8 to whatever he goes. There's like 4 steps in their life, and then he says, and when you reach 72, he's like, ugh. He's like, end of the line. End of the line.
sirens.
I hope everybody's nice and safe. Well, they probably aren't if there's sirens running by. But
So yeah, day 2, and then like they have a big old meal or whatever with the
weird
old people.
breakfast.
The old couple.
They're sitting at the tables that are arranged in the giant symbol.
Yeah. And
A lot of symbolism. A lot of weird high strangeness happening.
Yeah. So, and then after that, they, everybody gathers around at this cliff.
Pride Rock.
Yeah, dude, Pride Rock. The Lion King. And then,
Hey, man.
the old people just flop right off that cliff.
I know, you would have thought they had some people with signs. Like with numbers, like, like in the back, like when the old lady jumps the first time, she does like a belly splash onto this rock. I was like, they're probably gonna cut away, but they didn't.
I know. How'd you feel about that scene?
It surprised me. I was like, okay, like they showed the impact, and then.
How about you, dear?
Yeah, it was quite gruesome.
Were you expecting
a
them
little jarring
to cut away?
I was.
Where you see him jump, and then all you see is like the reaction of the impact, where you don't see the impact, but they showed the impacts.
Yeah.
And the first woman, easily a 9 out of 10.
I know.
Like,
And then the guy, he got a lower score.
Yeah, he
went
did not
feet
do well.
first.
He went
bro.
feet first.
Yeah,
I mean,
like a pencil.
they just like, we should just green screen ourselves into that movie and hold up like signs.
Yeah, dude.
Like give the old man like a 5, 6, 5.5.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
No, he didn't do very well. So I'm like, oh, he broke his legs. Fun.
He's still alive.
Certainly did. They had to bust out the hammer. It was hammer time.
Which
they fucking smash his skull in.
Yeah, they took turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
there was like 4 or 5.
It was like a kid too. They were like, "Here you go, kid."
And you see his head every time.
Every time they smash it, yeah. It was like
it's very graphic.
Very graphic. I will say this movie didn't shy away from the graphicness.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't pre-warn the new people that were there.
That's right.
No.
So they were all freaking out.
Yeah, the other couple from London are very sensible people. They're like, fuck this.
Right, yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we didn't mention other people brought other people from other places and shit too, also.
But the main crew, they were like freaking out a little bit, but the one guy was like, I'm here to write a paper. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm here to write a paper. This is their customs.
Yeah, he was trying to,
They mental gymnastics their way into like making it.
He was trying to rationalize it.
It's like this is their culture. But the other couple from London, they're fucking out.
They were freaked out.
They're out. Well, you know, there's like relationship problems because they're, you know, like they were a couple and they probably knew each other's like anniversary and shit or whatever when they were talking. Like, how long have you guys been together? The fucking dickbag, he's like, I don't know, how long have we been together? 3 years or something? And Florence Pugh's been like, we've been together 4 years and 2 weeks.
That's a typical
down to the day
guy-girl thing.
Not if you care about her.
Oh, Kevin doesn't care. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Fuck. Just threw Kevin under the bus.
Just kidding.
What's it been? 15, 16 years? No.
Yeah, what's it been, dear?
It feels like
It's
25.
84 years, the old
No.
Titanic lady.
Not what it feels like, dear.
Feels like a century.
It's been like, like 4 or 5 years now since your wedding.
Yeah.
Thanks
That's
for the
accurate.
keg, by the way. That was fun.
Well, yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I got to take the keg home.
Yeah.
I forgot some of the
It
things.
didn't last long. It always like
spoiled,
skunks
yeah,
up.
it skunked up super quick. But yeah, the old people jumped off. Is all very what the fuck's happening, and then the other couple, they're like, we're leaving, and then
Yeah, they try to leave.
and then they wake up, and she's the one chick's like, where's my boyfriend? Like, oh, he took a truck into town.
Right.
Yeah, he said you would understand or whatever.
You said you could meet him out there.
And she's like, he wouldn't fucking do that shit to me. He's like, well, you know, there was only 2 spots in the truck. And
Yeah.
clearly lying, you know. And everybody else in the town is filled in on like the whole bit. Everybody else is in on the bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know what happened. And then the chick, she runs away. And then like a little bit after she runs away, Florence Pugh's like, hey, has anybody seen, I forget that character's name. But they're like, oh, she left earlier. Then you hear like you hear like a scream.
Mm-hmm.
And even the dude with the eyebrows hears a scream. He's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And then they just keep going
Trying
on.
to remember, yeah.
Now you hear a scream. The chick screaming, you know, because she walked away, but she's obviously getting
Captured.
Murdered.
fucking murdered.
Yeah.
And then
Big time.
there's around that time is like the part where homeboy eyebrows has to go take a piss and shit.
Pisses on the sacred tree, so you know he's fucking dead.
How would he know though?
Yeah, he didn't know.
He didn't. How could he know?
This was a fallen over what appears to be dead tree.
Yeah.
Huge dead
He went.
tree.
He had to pee.
It's
He
like,
went
I
to
gotta
the
go take
nearest
a
tree.
leak.
So
And then
Also-
the guy freaked out. Oh, what is
freaked out.
he doing? He's desecrating our sacred space or
He's
whatever.
like giving him stink eyes the whole rest of the time before he kills him. Most
Yeah.
likely off screen. The
Mhm.
chick lures him away.
Yeah, people are just disappearing left and right.
And they're all like, where are you going? They're like, here, drink some tea.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll just keep you in like a constant
keep getting
state of like
Dosed and shit with.
not understanding what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story: don't drink tea from strangers.
Yeah.
And then there's like that book that we were talking about, and homeboy sneaks in at night and takes some pictures of it, which he was not supposed to do.
Homeboy is referred to the guy that's doing the thesis. The first guy, the black guy,
Black dude.
doing the thesis.
Right.
Okay, right. Thought I'd clarify.
Yeah. Him and eyebrows go missing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
funny
goes,
you guys call him eyebrows this whole
because
time.
he's got very expressionate eyebrows.
Oh, eyebrows.
I forgot to,
What else is he? Weird the Millie.
I don't know.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
What we forgot to do review part. What did what they give this movie.
Oh yeah,
That's usually got those.
I didn't fucking write it down. I got it on the internet.
I'll just say, John DeFore of The Hollywood Reporter described the film as the horror equivalent of a destination wedding. More unsettling than frightening, still a trip worth taking.
It's worth taking. I think so.
Andrew Barker from Variety noted that it's neither the masterpiece nor the disaster that the film's most vocal viewers are bound to claim.
It's a
Rather,
disaster piece.
It's an admirably strange, thematically muddled curiosity from a talented filmmaker who allows his ambitions to outpace his execution. I think the guy was throwing some shade with those fancy words in there.
Doing a lot of fancy talking.
They got mostly good reviews.
Yeah.
There's some. I read some user reviews and stuff where some people were like, in the middle somewhere.
Mixed feelings.
Which, yeah.
It's got a 83 tomato meter and a 63 audience.
Thought it would have been maybe a little higher based off some of these, but
with the audience.
Yeah. Well, okay. No. Cinema Score gave it a C+.
C+. I
Yeah.
think it's better than that.
With 50% saying they would definitely recommend it.
And then, yeah. Anything else in that department?
No, there wasn't any like funny rips.
Oh, I think the tagline was "Let the festivities begin."
Which is on point, I guess.
On point. That works.
Oh, I did have some notes. This is going back to the very beginning of the movie, and they do it at the end. There's like some lady going "ee" at the beginning of the movie. You remember that?
Not really.
Yeah, there's like a voiceover going "ee," and I was like expecting them to go "evil." Evil is his one and only name from Austin Powers. It's just, it sounded just like that.
I don't like Austin Powers.
Last time I watched it, I didn't like it either, but I used to love it as a kid.
I was Austin Powers for Halloween in like the 6th grade.
You had the whole fit,
yeah,
outfit,
the whole blue, the whole blue outfit and the glasses and the fake
frilly
teeth.
shirt.
I like the commit.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember how fucking prevalent those fucking impressions were? Everybody was doing an Austin Powers impression, dude. Do I make you horny? Shagadelic.
I've always hated it.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Another note I had, which I've already sort of talked about, was like, this guy doesn't deserve her. Fuck Christian. And his stupid Chris Pratt little brother's looking face.
I love how much you hate him.
Hey, well, he's a fucking D-bag.
D-bag, do-bag. This is, I believe, the first movie I've ever seen her in. I didn't know nothing about her.
I had seen her in the Black Widow movie
Pugh.
Before. It's a Marvel movie, though, so you...
More like
you
Florence Pugh.
It,
No, I'm kidding.
We don't watch
yeah,
Marvel.
she was in that. She's, like, relatively new to the movie scene, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Up and coming.
So, what is it, the next day or the day after or something? They have the whole dance.
Yeah, it's a few days later.
All the chicks are dancing.
People are disappearing. They have to stay in that big barn with everybody else with no privacy and, like, weird drawings on the wall. And
she's always borrowing sleeping pills from homeboy.
That one chick is, like, making love runes for Christian. And, like, putting it under his bed and, like, trying to court him.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, the guy, the friend who brought him there, he's, like, kind of working some magic on Florence Pugh against him. He's like, you mean this guy forgot your birthday? He's like, here, happy birthday.
Yeah.
He's like, here, I drew this for you. It's your birthday and shit. Because the other dude forgot.
Besides
He
the
ends up giving her a cupcake or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Only because he fucking forgot.
Right.
He's trying to make up for it.
But besides the cult stuff, I actually thought he was a pretty nice guy.
He's supposed to. He's.
I didn't hate him as much as
Weaving-
you did. Like,
You're talking about the cult guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
not,
that guy.
not the Christian
He was
guy.
so nice. I was besides
Yeah,
the cult
that's what he's
aspect. I
supposed
was like, oh,
Sarah,
she's
you
way
will-
a better boyfriend.
Sarah, you're gonna be into this cult in no time. You gotta keep your guard up.
yeah, it's a good thing she's not going to the festival.
I know, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not going to their weird hippie festival.
Yeah, he's making moves. He's making moves on her while also letting the Christian guy know. They're like, hey, that redhead over there,
Which is his sister.
she wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
Basically, is what he's letting them know. He's like, hey, man,
I know.
she's ready to
He's all-
fuck.
And she could, Florence. That's not
She's
her
picking
name.
up on it.
Yeah, she could see
Danny,
him staring
her
at
character's name's Danny.
Danny, California.
Danny. Yeah, she's picking up on it.
Yeah, she
Dude-
sees that shit going
Dude
on.
makes he eats his cupcake and pulls out the pube,
Oh yeah.
and then he looks over to the redheaded chick.
Is that a pube?
She's like, yeah. Well, she doesn't really do it.
Part of the love.
Part of the
potion.
love potion thing.
Number 9.
No. But no, they also said in the cult rules, they have to give the younger people, like, permission when it's okay to start procreating, and that's whenever
Yeah.
she was just approved.
They pick their mates.
Right. She was just approved to start doing that, and she picked him.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So
She made it abundantly clear.
And then made him that love potion thing and put her pube in it.
Yeah, she made him a little love stick first, and then upgraded to pubes soon after.
and was it she drinks that tea or whatever, that weird concoction. And,
They're always tripping through
and
this
they're
whole
tripping.
fucking time. They're tripping.
and I
balls.
love like the fucking visuals while they're tripping. Like
Yeah, the
she's wearing
special-
like the flower crown or whatever, and
it's
some
like
of the flowers are moving.
Things are moving. She's like thinking her feet are becoming the grass.
Yeah,
and
yeah. That shit's wild.
It's like
But
she's
yeah,
becoming part of it.
they do the dance. All the women and shit are dancing around the thing, and nice pour. That's a good sound. Good sound on the mic. But yeah, she ends up winning the whole thing. She lasts longer than everybody else, so she becomes May Queen.
Well, I thought it was interesting because they started like, once the other people were out of the picture, they were like, here, put on this apron and make these things with us. And slowly they're like, she's doing more and more of the activities.
Mm-hmm.
And then, pinch it. I gotta keep going. Can't you just stop? I can't stop. It stings.
What are you, a camel?
So the rule with the May Queen thing was they had to dance, and whoever lasts the longest before falling
Wins.
May Queen.
She was tripping, having a good time, and then she was like, the one person speaks to her in Swedish, and she's like, I don't understand Swedish. And they're like, you don't have to. And they were like communicating back together where they were just high as fuck.
Yeah, and she sort of did understand.
She sort of did understand.
She realized she did, and which is
And
very strange.
They made sure to give the Christian dude some of that tea too, to make sure he was super high.
Mm-hmm.
So while she was dancing,
He didn't want to drink it at
before
first.
Not
she
at first, but
won.
he did.
the dancing is whenever they lured him into that building.
Yeah, with the old lady.
With all the
No,
women.
all the women.
What, did that happen at the same time?
Yeah.
I know they lured him away, like, because she won the thing and they were dancing, right?
Right.
And then they're sitting down at the dinner table and all the food and everything is like, there's bugs flying around it, like who knows what the food fucking really was, but all the visuals are trippy and they're like doing the ceremony and they're like, okay, now it's time for our winner to bless our crops. And so
Right.
when they take her away, then they lead him and he's like sitting in that building and he sees the old lady. She's like, we want you to fuck Ivana. And like, more or less.
in front of all the
In
other
front of-
women.
yeah, he goes in there.
All the women are naked.
Yeah.
All of
Butt ass naked.
Butt ass
like
naked.
maybe 20 or 30.
Like eyes wide shut, but not as hot.
Yeah, you got the redhead chick. She's laying down. She's ready to go. That dude, he's tripping his ass off.
Yeah, he doesn't
That
know
dude
what to
clapped. Fuck, sorry. The dude, when he's sitting at the dinner thing, he's like, what the fuck's wrong with me? And that old guy turns to him and claps. And it, like, enhanced his fucking trip.
Yeah.
So he's, like, tripping balls. And they give him some shit for vitality. Like they gave him some shit to, like, make his dick hard or something like that while he's tripping.
Yeah.
They're like, here's some Blue Chew.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by
Blue Chew.
Yeah. Give us money.
And then there was that one part where he was having sex with the redhead and the other person got behind him.
The old
and was
person
pushing his butt cheeks, yeah. She's like, get in there nice and deep. Get in there.
If he wasn't tripping, I wonder if he'd be like, thanks for the assist.
Well, the one lady came down and was like, started singing to him.
And
She's like,
it's like all the women started moaning at one point, right?
yeah, it was all very...
And there was a part, too, where they all were crying over something, right?
Well, that was the different set of chicks. Yeah, well, because
Right.
she did her routine, and
That's
then she
right.
heard, and they're like, we don't think you want to go over the idea. She does anyway. She looks through the
peeps through.
peephole.
Mm-hmm.
She sees the old lady pushing her dude's butt cheeks into this chick, and she freaks the fuck out. Yeah, that was strange, where she's crying, and then all the other ladies are crying and screaming with her.
Wailing.
It's because they were one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Right,
one. They're all together
Yeah.
Right.
as one.
Yeah, they were.
And
then it was time. The dude,
after he comes, he like freaks out and leaves.
He got that post-cum clarity.
That clarity.
That
bro.
post-cum clarity where he was like, wait a second here. Like, he's like, I should have just stayed home and jacked off. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been there.
And then what do they do? To him right after that?
He runs away naked.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then doesn't he wake up in a bear suit?
No, so he goes.
he runs away.
He finds the shed. First he starts unraveling where all his dead friends are.
Exactly.
Oh,
You see the foot sticking up. Like, all these things were already there, but he's so tripped out.
Yeah, he wasn't even.
You're not paying attention to some of the shit. And,
Yeah, so it was in the cornfield. There was like those feet.
Well, yeah, there's like a
Corn
little flower patch
garden.
garden. There's the foot sticking up, and then
he goes into like a shed and someone's hanging there.
It's it's the dude from the London guy with the chick, and he was still alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he was like cut open down.
He was cut open. He was like still breathing and shit though. He was like still alive.
And they had like his skin all peeled open,
like a butterfly type fucking
thing.
Fucking
Viking thing.
Yeah.
Like whenever you're like in biology and you do the thing to the frog.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you guys not take biology?
Yeah, I don't know.
No? Okay, keep going.
He starts finding all his dead friends.
The only thing I did was like cut open a cow's eye. I never did a frog.
We did that cow's. We had like some like cow brain or some shit maybe too, like some brains going on.
I didn't even want to do that, man. Like, why would you make me do that?
We started with a worm. And if you could
squash you like a worm.
If you
what
could
movie?
cut it
Put me on the spot.
Minions? No.
Braveheart.
Oh, nice.
Scottish accent.
Okay. But no, like, so in biology, I know this is a sidestep, but if you cut open the worm and if you could successfully get through to see its pinhead-sized brain without destroying it, you got an A. Like,
What kind of school did you go to, sir?
I know. That's fucking psycho shit, bro. They're
the size of a pinhead.
creating little psychopaths.
No.
All the kids that were way too into it, you know?
Well, I didn't go. So
You look over there like Carl over there is like, he's like, oh, this is like, whoa, man. He's
So-
like really good at it. You're like, dude, have you done this before? He's like, yeah, all the time on the farm.
terrible.
Oh boy.
But no, at my school, if you went to, if you got done with biology, you could take anatomy and physiology, but I did not. But my friends did, and they let you go see a real cadaver. I don't.
Fuck. God damn.
No, I didn't take that class, but my friends did.
I was like, just
Cadaver
give me a
rest.
fucking study hall.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though, that you could do that in school. I wonder if they still do that now. They're probably like, no.
No, it's all done on computers now.
Yeah, no field trips.
No field trips. Yeah.
Anyways, back to the movie.
He gets the crippling dust blown in his face.
Yeah. Paralyzes him.
And then they wake up. She's like dressed. She has like the crown, and then she's like a whole flower thing all over her. And then you see him. I'm like, okay, well now there's what the bear's for.
Oh yeah.
They cut the bear open.
Skin the bear.
They stuffed Christian inside the bear.
Yeah.
They turned one of his friends into like a fucking scarecrow. You know what I mean? Like they did some fucked up shit. And then they just put him in the bear suit. Well, before he's in the bear suit, they give her like a choice. She gets to, before he's put in the bear suit, he's in a wheelchair. Right. And they're like, okay, we've had some volunteers, we've had some people brought in from the outside, we got some sacrifices to make, and it's up to the May Queen to choose between this guy and her shitty boyfriend who forgot her birthday and wasn't there for her. So she's like, pretty easy decision. Who she just saw him fucking some other lady. Right. Like, not good for that guy.
Push the butt cheeks.
Like, they didn't do him any favors.
No.
At all. They're like, hey, you're a little upset with your boyfriend about, fucking that other woman and all the other things. So, hey, here's your chance to kill him if you want.
Right. It feels like they mainly wanted women, for that thing, but,
Well, to back up,
none of the guys survived.
They all died. The super died.
Yeah, and the other chick, I guess. But
they put him in that place they foreshadowed earlier, the little temple thing.
Yeah, no one goes in.
No one goes in there.
Surround him with all his dead homies.
Yeah. Right, and then lit it on fire.
Two live guys. Yeah, and they give him like some little thing, like, here, feel no pain or whatever. But then that dude, he starts screaming alive when he's getting burned alive.
God damn, this is
brutal.
Yeah, they volunteered for it because they're in the cult and they're all brainwashed. They thought it was like a sweet.
Right.
They're like, we're going to become one with everything. And
yeah. Torch that motherfucker.
Torched him. And then she smiles at the end of the movie.
I know, that smile, bro.
Yep. She's in there now.
That little crack of the smile.
Yep, she's in there.
She
enjoyed it.
I mean,
that's like the craziest part of the movie, I guess. Like,
I don't know about you guys. It wasn't like very. I read some reviews where it was like people were hailing this movie as the number one horror movie of the year, the number one horror movie of the decade. I didn't bump into that.
No,
it wasn't like a horror movie.
Not in the like traditional sense.
And I didn't feel. I was already piecing shit together as it was going. I'm like, okay, I know where we're going to get to. Mm-hmm. It was just like checking out the scenery on the way to Kings Island. You know what I mean? Like you know, like you're gonna get to the theme park at the end, but how do you get there? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like a whole lot of like. I didn't feel like a whole lot of tension. It wasn't very tension filled.
Suspenseful?
For me, a little bit, but it wasn't like,
right.
I don't know, like compared to some of the reviews I read of people, I just didn't bump into it the same way that they did, and that happens. Everybody's different.
I mean, like me with the racer head. I don't fucking like that at all, but people seem to love it.
Yeah, everybody's got their own. It's a movie. It's up for everybody's own interpretation.
Yeah. Where are you sitting at?
I'm riding in the middle. It's a Midsommar. It's not a bad movie by any means. I didn't think it was like fantastic.
You think it was going to be better than?
I was expecting something. I was expecting better.
Cause you said you kind of already wanted to watch this movie.
I had seen some shit about it, and I'd seen where other people were like, "Yo, this movie, check it out." And I'm like,
the first time I viewed it, it was more striking, and like I did like it a little more, but I'm still sitting at about like 7.5 or something. I think it's a really great movie.
That's fair. I'd say I'm 6 to 7ish in there somewhere.
Where you sit?
Probably like a 6.
A 6.
Nothing wrong with a 6.
We're all around the same area, pretty much. So.
Maybe a 7. It could.
I would.
A 6.
They said his previous movie was Hereditary, and I've heard that movie's good.
Ari Aster.
Yes, if I read what
I've heard that's good too.
Right, it was more of a. Maybe I'll check that out. You know, like it's not a bad movie. I'll check out some of his other flicks for sure. Hereditary.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah, fucking bottom line, treat your spouse good. Remember their birthdays.
It's worth a watch.
Don't take a trip with some guy you don't know that well to a different country where he's talking about he lived on a compound. in a commune. As soon as he starts saying he lived in a commune, that's where you're like, you know what, pal?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to sit this one out. As soon as they start throwing those type of words around, where he's like, clearly something's up.
Yeah. Right.
And you're like, oh, we're going to Sweden. This is going to be great.
Doing their own thing up there.
We're going to go party. There's going to be babes. We're going to go through Stockholm. He's like,
we're going to eat mushrooms.
He's like, no, we're going to go straight there. And you're like, oh, man, really? Fucking really?
You don't even get to fucking see the city.
Stockholm yet?
Stockholm Syndrome.
You know, maybe down the line, watch this movie under a different frame of mind.
Sure.
Although...
Probably not while you're tripping.
I don't know if that would be a good idea. Because there's a lot of shots and there's a lot of things they added into the movie to put that trippy effect in there, which I thought was cool.
That
is fairly accurate.
That aspect of it, yeah, it's very cool.
It's fairly accurate
to watch.
Yeah. Not a bad movie by any means.
Visually, it's very, very cool.
Yeah. It's well made.
Mm-hmm. So, you want to... We've decided to go back to 2 movies, but we're going to really try to cut it down and
fucking try
to squeeze it. We're not going to fucking drag out the whole timeline of movies and shit.
Yeah. It's evolving.
So we're each going to pick one this week. You want to go first, or should I go first?
Sure.
Gary always said if I was on here, I'd get your pick.
You want my pick?
Oh,
that's he said. I swear, we shook on it.
Hey, we just watched... You got to do it. If you said it, Kevin.
He did.
Damn it.
You remember.
God damn it.
All right, Sarah,
he
what
thought
you got?
I'd forget.
Shit.
Well, we already know that's not happening.
That means you have to do it again next time, though.
I know.
You have to.
I know. I think I'm off on Fridays for a while, I think.
Okay. What's your movie?
So I have to pick something right now on the spot because I don't have something I could just...
I can give you like another 30 seconds to think of something.
No, I have some in the brain bank of movies. But you can go first.
Okay. I'll give you a hint. It's from the early 90s.
Okay.
All right.
It stars...
Good decade for movies.
It stars the son of a fucking
bitch.
Hollywood legend.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Now you're messing with a
son of a preacher man.
Wait, you're gonna give me more clues? Do I get to guess?
It has to do with a bird.
Birdman.
No.
The Crow.
The Crow.
Oh, we got it at the same time.
It's the Crow. Yep, picking the Crow.
Brandon Lee, son I think I've only seen parts of it. I never sat down and watched the whole thing.
It's a good movie.
It better be.
It's a little bit tragic because he died making the movie.
Right. Yeah. I know about all that. Yeah.
But yeah, picking
someone pulled a what's it called? Fucking.
There was something to do with they're shooting blank rounds in a gun, but something shrapnel or something maybe got in the thing and it at point blank range. But there's also that whole Lee curse where
someone pulled a Alec Baldwin,
where it was like pre-planned. Yes. Where it was like it was before Alec Baldwin.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Alec Baldwin pulled a that guy.
There's the conspiracy, like the Lee curse.
Because his father died on the movie set as well.
Set.
Yeah.
With the Chinese fucking mafia and shit.
Is that streaming? Do you know?
Don't know. You know I never check these things, Kevin.
I don't know.
I got the DVD. I got the old double disc motherfucker from back in the day.
Double disc.
We might have it somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. But
soundtrack's good.
So I have to come up with one. And I told Kevin that it probably would be something
pick.
That you want to pick one instead?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So
Showtime. It's on Showtime.
So you have that?
No.
Have to rent it.
I
can let you borrow it.
I told Kevin it would probably be a super girly movie or a Tim Burton movie. So I think I'm gonna go with.
Dun dun. Drum roll.
Bridesmaids.
Do you guys want to guess if I describe it to?
Sure.
Okay, it's probably an early '90s movie as well.
Probably.
Edward Scissorhands.
No, it's not Tim Burton.
Oh.
Good job. We could though. That would be a good mix, but no.
He didn't wake up.
13 going on 30.
No.
Edward Scissorhands.
Freaky Friday.
It has Patrick Swayze in it.
Roadhouse.
No.
Footloose.
No.
Wait.
Ghost.
No.
That's Kevin Bacon.
I know. I'm sorry.
Dirty Dancing.
Just
Yeah.
yelling shit.
Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
You just watched that not that long ago.
You didn't.
I know I didn't.
I just watched the episode for that on the Netflix series, The Movies That Made Us.
Aha.
I watched it on Dirty
But
Dancing.
have you ever seen the whole movie?
No.
And have you ever seen the whole movie?
Uh-uh.
Okay, then I'm gonna make you guys watch it.
I'll watch Dirty Dancing. I already watched how it was made, so I'm interested now about the movie. It's got the sister from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ah, is that right?
Yep, and Swayze.
Yeah.
Swayze train.
Going off the rails.
And it's got Newman from
Yeah, he's
Seinfeld and you know
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. I'm wearing the shirt right now.
What is his name?
Say the magic word.
I know his name.
It's
Wayne Knight.
Yeah.
Wayne Knight.
He's also in Space Jam.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
So is that okay to mix with that other movie though?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
Dirty
fine.
Dancing and The Crow.
Yeah.
Dirty Crow.
Both are kind of love stories in a way.
Yeah.
One
But
guy
you-
goes out for vengeance. The other
The
guy
Edward
is dancing.
Scissorhand one though, that one's good too though.
Do what?
The Edward Scissorhand one though,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good too. Those who have both of a darker.
And they're both loved by women.
Yeah. I
Johnny
think I'll.
Depp.
I think I'll stick with the Dirty Dancing.
Dirty
one.
Dancing, I'm down. I've never seen it. I was making my way through that Netflix series, and that was one of the episodes.
That was not streaming either. Do you have it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have it.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
You missed out on a great pick that I was going to pick
Well, now you have to keep it.
that I believe you would have loved.
Are you gonna tell me, or are you gonna save it for later?
I'm saving it.
Okay, save
Putting
it.
on the shelf.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yes.
This has been another edition of
So we're gonna
Kevin
have
Mike
Sarah
Talk
on the
Movies.
show again next time because she picked Dirty Dancing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Dirty Danzig. And that's our cue to exit.
Bye.
Peace out,
See
everybody.
ya.
Goodbye. Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Wise men say
Yeah.
only fools rush.